What is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. Hope you guys are all doing well. Happy Friday. Happy day after Thanksgiving. I hope several of you are taking advantage of some of the Black Friday deals that are out there, and there's some pretty good deals out there, which is really cool. And stock that seems to be available, which is awesome. And that stock that is available was already fairly cheap, so a lot of Black Friday deals are bringing that down even further. But ultimately, I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I am going to jump into some fun discussion today involving Hidden Fates. We talked about Shining Fates during our last video. I wanted to follow up on Hidden Fates and kind of look over the growth trend on that as well. But before we jump into things, we are finishing up. We just finished up week 7 of our 8 weeks of Celebrations giveaways. And this week we gave away this Ultra Premium Collection box from Celebrations. This is the product that pretty much everybody wants. It's very tough to find at any reasonable rate. But I want to say congratulations to Needle Storm. You are the winner of this brand new Ultra Premium Collection from Celebrations. So Needle Storm, I have gone ahead and pinned your comment from last week Friday's video. I just need you to reach out to me either on Instagram. You can find me at danny.phantom. If you don't follow me currently, you can find me on Twitter at danny__o. Or you can just email me. Just let me know your mailing address, your contact information, and I will get this bad boy shipped out to you. And with that being said, we are now entering our final week, week number 8 of our Celebrations, 8 weeks of Celebrations giveaways. And this is going to be the biggest one of them all and the most fun of them all. So we just gave away an Ultra Premium Collection, but I'm assuming you guys will be okay if we give away another one. Because we're going to go ahead and give away another one. And we're also going to give away a sealed display of mini tins. And we're also going to give away a sealed Elite Trainer box from Celebrations. But we're also going to give away the Chubby Pikachu VMAX figure collection. And we're actually going to give away all of the products from Celebrations. So everything that we have given away so far is going to be all lumped together for week number 8, the Dragapult pin collection, the Charizard collection, the Sylveon collection, the Pikachu V Union box, the Zacian pin collection, everything that I just showed you. The only products that I'm not going to be giving away are products that distributors didn't sell, to LGSs. So the tins and the the V Memories box that GameStop had as an exclusive, and obviously the Prime box. Everything else is going to a winner. All you have to do to enter to win is just make sure to hit that like button down below, make sure to leave a comment, and then hit that subscribe button. We are setting goals. We are passing goals, destroying goals, finding goals, whatever. We are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. So we are doing whatever we can to get there. So just make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. That is all you have to do, and you are entered to win everything from Celebration. So I'm very, very excited about this one. I wanted to kind of end it on a bang. Thank you guys so much for all of the support, everything that you guys have done for me, especially over the last 8 weeks. It's been absolutely amazing. So thank you very, very much for all that. We'll choose the winner in next Friday's video. With that being said, I want to talk about Hidden Fates today because Hidden Fates is a very, very interesting set. Probably the most hyped set that has ever come out in Pokemon. Some people might say Evolutions, but when Evolutions first came out, it actually wasn't overly hyped. There was a ton of it available. Hidden Fates was something that even during today's world, where it is very, very difficult, much easier now, but was very difficult for some time to find sealed product on shelves, when Hidden Fates first released, opening weekend of that set, it was difficult to find. A lot of people were already buying it off to resell it on the secondary market, whether it be the Mewtwo and Mew pin collection boxes or the Elite Trainer boxes. They were difficult to find. And it was a set that wasn't overly printed, super, super high. Pokemon was nowhere near as big in popularity as what it is right now. So Hidden Fates kind of came out in a weird place, but it was the first time that Pokemon ever introduced these shiny GXs, and it was something that was really well received. They tried to duplicate that with Shining Fates, did not have the same success level, printed a ton of it, but I think a lot of people like Hidden Fates a lot more because it does have the evolutions in it, it does have Charizard in it, it does have those Gen 1 Pokemon in it, and then some of the more popular Gen 2, Gen 3 Pokemon in it as well. So I think it's very difficult for them to kind of match what everybody was so excited about with Hidden Fates. But Hidden Fates went through so many different reprints because of the popularity. The Elite Trainer box got printed, the tins got printed a ton. We actually went through a period last year where Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes were selling for close to $300. And then in October, Pokemon kind of dropped a complete bombshell on everybody in the community and said, hey, we're going to reprint the Elite Trainer box. This was something that nobody ever thought was going to happen because they hadn't reprinted Elite Trainer boxes of these special sets before. So this was something completely new. Nobody knew how many they were going to get, and it was a fairly decent size reprint. And it started coming out in December. January, we started seeing it kind of pop up at Walmarts and Targets and places like that. And a lot of these marketing companies that stocked the shelves were kind of releasing them in waves. Where you'd see 10 one week, and then you might see 10 a few weeks later, and they were just slowly kind of releasing them to the wild. And because of that, Hidden Fates has gone through a really, really weird trend, and that's what I want to look at today because it's just kind of different. So we looked originally back in January at the price points of a lot of singles and also the Elite Trainer box in specific. And the reason that I do the Elite Trainer box in specific is because a lot of people are holding on to Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes because they want to hold them for investment purposes. They think that this is going to 5x. And right now we are looking at about a year since the reprint, and we're going to look and see not a whole lot has changed in the past year, especially with these slow waves that have kind of come out by the marketing companies. So a lot of people are holding on to these thinking that they're going to 5x in price. They're looking at Shining Legends and seeing those Elite Trainer boxes selling for $300 a piece. They're looking at Generations and seeing those sell for over $500 a piece. They think this is what's going to happen with Hidden Fates, and it very well might. It might down the road, but right now we have gone through a year of basically very little growth. So we're going to start out just by looking at the Elite Trainer box right here. So in January it was selling for $130. In June it was selling for $130. Right now the lowest on TCG Player is $162. Again, if you buy that today or Cyber Monday, you can buy it on TCG Player. You get 15% bonus bucks on it, so it's basically like 15% off of that. It's gained 25% basically in the span of 11 months, or if you want to go from June in the span of 5 months, which is actually a really good return, but at the same time, nowhere near the $300 mark if you're looking at a trend from a year and a half ago, for example. On eBay, you can find these fairly available for $150, so it hasn't 5x'd like what a lot of people thought and hoped it would. For regular booster packs, just the single booster packs inside, $12 for a booster pack in January. It actually went up a little bit in June, grew about 17% to close to $15. It only has gone up 50 cents from there, so it's at $14.95, which is a 3% growth. The Rainbow Bird Trio that's in there, these were somewhat limited because not a whole lot of people had the Elite Trainer box until the reprint came out. So in January, when the reprint was just coming out, that Rainbow Bird was selling for $24. There were people who were buying up hundreds of copies of that bad boy. And then in June, it went all the way down to $10. Now you can buy it for $8. So it's actually gone down an additional 20% from where it was back in June. The sleeves that are in there, and the reason I do this is to kind of give you an example of what the actual worth is of the Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box if it sells as much opened as it does unopened. The sleeves were selling for about $9 in January. They went down to $5. Pretty much stayed the same, still at about $5 for the sleeves inside. So the ETB value as an unopened entity was selling for $153 in January if you just opened up the ETB and sold the contents. There's a few other ancillary products in there, but they only sell for $1 or $2, like the coins and the dice and things like that. So $160 in June as for the contents. But that's kind of interesting considering the fact that the box sealed sells for $130. Now here we are in November, $162 for the sealed box. Pretty much sells for the same thing unopened. So it's kind of caught up to each other, which is very interesting. Charizard GX, we're going to start looking at some of these singles because there's some that have seen huge decreases, and this is really the way the market is trending right now. Very, very interesting. A lot of singles are seeing huge dives in price. So if people were over-investing in some of this stuff, they're kind of hurting right now. Charizard GX, the shiny Charizard, which a lot of people want, that's kind of the chase card in the set, was selling for $531, went up a little bit in June. It's all the way down to $308.99. That's a 44% drop. The Umbreon GX, which was the second most expensive card in the set for a long time, over $100. You can see in January it was $113. Then in June it was all the way up to $178. It's all the way down to $71.75. The discrepancy between Umbreon and the third most expensive card was originally $83 in June, and now that Sylveon card is only $10 behind. Very, very interesting. So it's a 60% drop over the last 5 months. Pretty insane. Sylveon GX was $76, went up to $95, so gained 20%. Now it's all the way down to $61, so 36% drop. Not too terrible, but considering the fact that this set has been out now for over 2 years, you would think that you would start seeing some upturn in singles, some increase in singles, which is why looking at this reprint that we had in January of last year and December of last year is so interesting, because it did have a huge impact on the market. We went from $64 for Mewtwo GX to $73, and now it's at $52. So it didn't see too big of a drop, 29%. Cynthia is the most expensive trainer in the set, $55 in January. It went up to $85 in June. It's actually still outpacing that January price, one of the few cards that is still outpacing that January price. So it's down 31% from its June price down to $59. The Leafeon GX is at $32 currently, which is a 50% drop from where it was in June, when it was $63. Then Greninja GX. Some of these cards I think went through some decent buyouts around the time when I looked at these prices last with you guys. Greninja GX was one of those cards. Went from $44 down to $35, and now it's at $24.29, which is a 31% drop. The Gold Tapu Lele GX, $38 in January. Just a little dip in June down to $35. A little bit more substantial of a dip now, down to $25. The Gardevoir GX was at $38 in January. Went down to $34. Now it's just below $20, which is a 41% drop. The Scizor GX, or Sizor, depending on how you want to pronounce it, was $37 in January. It actually went up to $41 in June. Now it's down to $27.20, so a 34% decline there. The Tapu Koko GX, the gold card, was $32, went down to $28, and now it's $18.97, so that one saw a 32% drop. Tapu Fini GX went from $32 to $34, so a small gain from January to June, but now it's dropped almost 40% down to $20.73. The Charmeleon, some of these baby shinies are actually holding fairly strong. The Charmeleon isn't one of them, unfortunately. $32 in January, then dropped down to $24 in June, so it saw a 33% decline, and now it's seen another 26% decline all the way down to $17.73. The Darkrai GX went from $30 to $35, and now here we are in November. It dropped 40 more percent down to $21. Pretty crazy. Charmander has actually done fairly well. It was $21 in January. This is the shiny baby Charmander. $21 in January, went to $21 in June, and now in November it's $18. So it's only dropped 14% pretty much for the entire year, which isn't bad when you're considering a reprint. That's not too bad at all. Lucario GX went from 29 down to 26, and now it's 19. That's a 27% drop. And the Eevee, the baby Eevee shiny, went from 26 down to 22, and now it's at 1860. So only a 15% drop after that. Not too bad. Ho-Oh GX went from 27 to 30, saw a little bit of a modest increase there, then down to 1748, now 42% drop. Glaceon GX has taken a huge hit, went from $25 in January to $28, and now here it is at $14.52, a 48% drop. That's one of the more substantial ones, one of the more significant ones. Tapu Bulu went from 25 down to 20, and now it's at 16, which is another 20% drop. And then the Ninetales GX barely dropped from January to June, and now it's down to $14.57, which is a 27% drop. So even though some of these cards are dropping fairly heavy, one of the positive things that you need to look at is that this ETB is still selling for $162. So that's a fairly decent price, especially if you're able to find it in retail stores for $50. We looked at Shining Fates. If you haven't watched the Shining Fates video that we did a couple days ago, definitely go check it out, because this is something that's very important. When we were looking at prices for unique cards in Shining Fates, and we saw there was a lot of cards in that set that sold for less than $10. I think there was only 4 cards in all of Shining Fates that sell for more than $10, with one of those being Charizard, which sold for over $100. When you compare that to this set here, all of these cards are selling for over $10. So there is, I don't have my Excel, I just have Google Sheets, but you have 21 cards just here that is selling for more than $10. And this isn't all of them. This is just the sample size that we looked at. There's going to be other baby shinies that are selling fairly well. There's going to be other GXs that are selling, for more than $10. So even though the declines look fairly significant, it's not too bad. I also looked at pull rates before in a previous video. I believe you're going to get a shiny, you're pretty much guaranteed a shiny GX in every Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box that you open. You're at least guaranteed one. It's a little bit better than that. I think it was like 1.2 or something like that. So you might get 2 shiny GXs in an Elite Trainer box if your luck is strong, which would really help make up some of that cost. But it shows you why it's that $50 mark MSRP for Shining Fates right now makes a lot more sense. This $162 still seems a little bit high considering what you can pull, but hopefully these cards start turning around and gaining a little bit more value as things move forward. If you're somebody who's kind of held off on purchasing Hidden Fates cards, now might not be a terrible time to start getting, or to get started on your master set, because these cards are dropping fairly significantly, and as the market starts correcting itself from what we went through, I think over these next few months it's going to be very, very strong to buy singles, to be a time to buy singles, because I do think that when Brilliant Stars hits with all of the cards that they've kind of announced in there, I think that's probably going to bring some people back into it. They might have a little bit hard of a time finding Brilliant Stars after it first comes out, which means they might start going back, buying Chilling Reign, buying Evolving Skies, buying whatever battle styles might be left at that time, buying Fusion Strikes, so that way they can have product to open because they're starting to get back into Pokemon again. We're in a very, very interesting spot right now because we have a few months now where there's really no product releases that are going on. We're supposed to have those Eevee boxes coming out at the beginning of December. That got pushed back to January. We have the Pokeball tins that come out at the beginning of December, and that's pretty much it. As well as like third wave ETBs of Evolving Skies, and other than that, you're just going to have ancillary products like additional Celebrations products. I know a lot of people were getting the Ultra Premium Collection second wave in right now, any day now, and a lot of other places are getting, you know, additional Celebrations products, additional Evolving Skies, Chilling Reign, things like that. So with that being said, guys, I don't want to bore you with any more information or data. I just like looking at the trends. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for your time, your attention, your support. Make sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for everything. Good luck to everybody as we wrap up our 8 weeks of Celebrations giveaways. Congratulations again to Needle Storm on winning the UPC. But if you didn't win in week 7, you still have a chance to win one along with every other sealed product, which is super cool. Until next time, guys. Peace.